Club football is back, finally. For 2 weeks, I've not known what to do with my life. Can't you see now my skin is glowing, the sun is shining brighter, the air smells fresher, everything is just beautiful now. Who is the criminal that approved for us to have an international break 3 weeks into the new season? Who? My club signed the sack. I couldn't watch him immediately because I'm watching one international break that nobody wants. But I'm very happy that club football is back. And in this video, we'll be doing Premier League preview and predictions. And we'll also be predicting Barcelona and Real Madrid games. So this is going to be a very, very exciting video. So you watch it. Watch it from beginning to end. I cannot even speak properly because of how excited I am from football. For the club you support, you can skip to any part of the video with the timestamps. We have timestamps there, so just click on the part you want to watch. For Barca, Real Madrid, Liverpool, whatever club you support, go there now, rush there. But I advise you to watch everything because every club will be well analyzed. And I'm telling you, all my predictions come through. I give spoilers, not predictions. You understand? So make sure you like the video now, subscribe and share. It really helps the channel. Please like the video and drop a comment now for the club you support. Write the club you support immediately before you talk later and you comment again. So like the video now. Let's get to 10,000 likes. If you don't like it, your club will lose this weekend. Now me talk, your club will lose this weekend. If you don't like the video. And when you lose, come back to it and I tell you it's Adika that made you lose. You don't understand. So let's get into the video and let's talk about each and every club. I'm very excited for the return of club football. And in this video, we'll start with the Manchester Derby. Or should I say Manchester Derby because both of them are now banter clubs. Or should I say Finnish-Chester Derby because they are both Finnish. Or should I say Manchester Derby because two of them, they bar. What's going on? These two clubs. The last derby was the most boring game of the season, so I don't even know what to expect now. Last derby was a sleeping pill. But this is a new Manchester United. Freed from the shackles of Andre Onana. Ruben Amorim coming off his first win in the Premier League. Can he finally break that course of back-to-back games in the Premier League? Ruben Amorim is one of the only managers that has not been beaten by Pep Guardiola in his career. Never. He has always beaten Pep Guardiola, or at most a draw. So what do we need? What do we expect in this game? This is the biggest game of the weekend. On Sunday. I'm already there. Both of them have terrible injuries, but especially Manchester City. I mean, if you look at the injuries for Manchester City, you have Kusanov, you have Vardiol, you have Kovacic, you have Cherki, you have Savinho, you have Mamouche, who just got injured on national duty with Egypt. One of the reasons why I hate international breaks, because your players just go and get injured. And he's one of their most important goal scorers, and he's out with an injury, so we don't know how long he'll be out. Manchester United is missing Cunha, Mount, and also Martinez, who has been out for a while. But Manchester United, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes, you are my enemy, you are my rival as a Liverpool fan, but you see Pep Guardiola and Man City, they are downfall any day, anytime. I'll pick it over anybody else's downfall. Help me beat these people. I'm supporting you, Man United. Amorim, break that course of back-to-back games. Do it. You can do it. Now in this game, it's going to be a very tricky one because we'll be watching Manchester United in their home jersey that you can now get from their Adicast store, or their away jersey, or the Man City home jersey, or the away jersey. Any of the other jerseys that you'll be viewing this weekend will be all available at the Adicast store. Message us on WhatsApp, this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. Go and shop now. I do think that Amorim can get a win. I genuinely believe that. But I also think Guardiola can get a win. Why? These two teams, they have 4 and 3 points respectively. You understand? None of them have had a good start to the season. They both have poor start to the seasons. But one thing I've seen from Manchester United is that, Manchester City, is that scoring goals are easier for them than Manchester United. Both of them, I don't think their defenses are great. Although I think Man United's defense has been slightly better this season because they are a little bit more physical. I think Man United edge Man City physically. But I think where Man City will have the edge is if Rodri steps up to another level. His return in the last game showed. I know that they lost to Brighton, but it still showed. His impact was felt on the pitch. But he's not yet on that level. You know, when Rodri was on a different stratosphere from any other DM in the world, he's not yet on that level. He has gotten more minutes. He went to international break with Spain, got more minutes off the bench, which is very, very important. Another player that I want to step up in this game is Haaland. Yes, he scored 5 goals against Moldova, or was it 6, and he had 2 assists. But you need to turn up again. The big games. Haaland is notorious for going missing. You are the main man at Manchester City now. You have to learn how to conjure things, make things out of nothing. The chances may not be there, but you must make... In fact, the chances were even there, even when they lost to Tottenham. The chances were there, and he has had a good goal-scoring start to the season. So this Manchester United defense is not something that is unbreakable, and you are at home at the Etihad, so you can win this game. Manchester United as well should not be scared. I'm expecting players like Bruno and Mbeumo especially to step up offensively. I don't know if Lemons, can make some lemonade for Amorim on Sunday. I do not know that. I don't know what to expect from him. But if they can have a stable defense, just a good defensive structure, I know that they expect to play on the counter because you can never ever beat Man City for a possession game. No, I don't believe that. You hardly ever do that. So the midfield battle, I think Man City will win that. The defensive battle, I don't think both of them are good defensively currently, but I think maybe Man United can edge. And it's the debut of Donnarumma. Donnarumma might actually elevate them to a whole different level. And offensively, I think as a structure, Man City is currently better, especially the fact that they have the best striker in the world, Erling Haaland. So this game can, in my opinion, I think it will be a stalemate. My prediction is a 1-1 draw. I think it will be a 1-1 draw because big games in the Premier League this season, and for the last 1-2 years, have been too cagey. You rarely see where teams go at each other in a big game. You understand? It's always a cagey affair and just a tactical battle, a chess battle, which we don't enjoy as viewers. So I'll be expecting much from Manchester United this game. Man United, I think I want Amorim not to use Bruno Fernandes in a pivot. Bruno Fernandes is not a pivot player. He's your number 10. Play him as a left forward. You understand? Then play Mbeumo on the other side. Start Sesko. Start Sesko. He has played enough. He has gone with Slovenia. Let Abi Slovakia. What's his country? Start him now. I don't care whether you wanted him or not, but your club has spent a whole lot of money. What's that? £85 million or so on him. He has to start. He has to start because the other players playing as strikers is either they are playing out of position or they are not even doing better than him. So he has to start. The midfield, I think your best bet is still Casemiro and I don't even know who. Maino. Casemiro and Maino have to start in that pivot. Just start both of them. Have that defensive rigidity. I don't know about starting Ahmad on that wing. I do not know about that because I think he might start Doku. And Ahmad in that defending part of his game he's not even supposed to be a defender, he's a winger. So I don't know why anybody's expecting Ahmad to be defending. But if you're going to play him as a right winger, I genuinely don't think that's a good move. Understand? Maybe he can come off the bench as a substitute for Mbeumo. I trust players like Lenyuru, who has been very, very good. In the defense, I think you can start either Maguire. I don't know why he has not started Maguire well this season, but you can start Maguire or what's his name? De Ligt and Shaw also do well. De Ligt was decent for Netherlands on international break. So this is a winnable game for both clubs. But I think that what I've seen from them, I don't see any of them as favourites much. The only thing that can put Man City ahead for me is just they have more world-class players. So I think Man City will not edge it, and I don't think Man United edge it. My prediction is a 1-1 draw. Get your prediction in the comment section. Now, let me know what you think about this game. Spam them. What do you think Man United and Man City end? Put it in the comment section now. Moving on to the should I say the biggest game of the weekend? Because the world champions are playing. The world champions are playing. So it's the biggest game of the weekend. Chelsea versus Brentford. The newly charged Chelsea. Another London derby for Chelsea. They want to use London derby and finish Chelsea. The start of season. 4 London derbies to start the season. It's absolutely insane. But Chelsea are away from home in this game. And I think it will be a tricky game for Chelsea. Why? I think it would have even be harder if Thomas Frank was still there and Brentford had not sold most of their main players. But now, Chelsea, although I think it will be tricky, but I think they will win comfortably away from home. You look at the start of the season, Chelsea has had 2 wins and 1 draw. The only draw was away from home at Selhurst Park for Crystal Palace, which I have seen to be one of the strongest teams in the Premier League, And Brentford, 2 wins and 2 draws. Sorry, 2 losses for them. They have not had a splendid start, but considering 2 wins, 1 win and 2 losses, I think. That's what they decided the season with because they have only played 3 games. They have not had a great start to the season, and I expected that. I mean, this is 2nd place versus 15th place. So I think it's all rest on Maresca and the tactics he will employ. We have seen Chelsea beat Fulham, and although they had that controversial goal ruled off, but in general, Chelsea didn't play well that game. They didn't play well, but they have to improve this game, because the Chelsea I want to watch need a new home key that you cannot get from the Adicast Tech store by going to our website, adicast.store. Message us on WhatsApp with this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. You can get any of the Chelsea jerseys, the home away or third key. Just go to our website or message us on WhatsApp. Delivery is worldwide. I think Maresca can employ these tactics that I'm about to say. I don't think João Pedro can play as a 10 again. Liam Delap has gotten injured. And I don't think Magui is ready to start in that striking position. He has to play as a striker. I think Gittins should start. Yes, give him a chance. If he doesn't do it after 60 minutes, Garnacho might have to come on. That's the truth. Then Neto on the other side. Then I think in that Palmer role will be Estevão. We have seen that this boy is ready. He went to the national team, Brazil, and he scored. So this guy is ready. Only him I've seen score overhead tapping. And he scored him. So I do believe that Chelsea fans, this game in particular, it will be tricky a little bit because you're away from home. And it's another London derby, and we know how the stadium is for London derbies. But I do think that when you have the midfield general in Moises Caicedo, who was even sent off early in Ecuador's last game, so it's even good. He has less minutes under his leg, and he rested more. Enzo Fernandez didn't go for international duty, although I don't think Enzo has been up to level this season. Enzo, he needs to improve his performances. I think he needs to step up more. I know he got a goal and assist last game, but if you watch that game, it wasn't a typical, very good Enzo Fernandez performance. I think he needs to do better. I think the midfield will be Enzo and Caicedo. Estevão should be in front of them. I think they can handle a Brentford midfield of Henderson, Yamalek, and who's Damsgaard. This is the midfield you can handle. That's why I think Maresca should be able to take the risk and go on that offense. Just as we saw them in that Club World Cup final. They should go on the front foot. You understand? The back four obviously explains itself. Cucurella, I think Adebayo, Choloba and Malo Gusto or Reece James, he did very well. Reece James was so good in that international break. You understand? He was so good in that international break. So I think Reece James should start at right back. He'll be a very important creative force. Because João Pedro has shown he has area prowess. And Reece James gave a beautiful cross while on international break. So that crossing will be important. And Pedro Neto too. I think his crossing is decent too. Estevão, chance creation too is there. So they have many tools to have the chance creation. That midfield base of Caicedo is the main thing. And I think he can handle. Henderson is not a crazy task. I mean, like Yamalek and, Damsgaard, they are not crazy tasks. And, Sanchez doing the stuff in the post. So I do think that Maresca has to go for this game. I do see Chelsea as one of our title rivals, whether you guys see them or not. So they have to look at the fact that Liverpool has a head start, all of them, 9 points, and they are 7. You cannot let that gap open. So it has to be a win or nothing for Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea should go scared into this game at all. This is a very weakened Brentford side. So it will be tricky, but I think Chelsea can win this game comfortably. The last game they played away from home, West Ham. Yes, West Ham scored them first, but eventually Chelsea handled them. This game now, Brentford is not as bad as West Ham. That's the truth of the matter. So I don't think you should allow Brentford to score first because those ones, they actually know how to pack balls. West Ham doesn't know how to pack balls. So Chelsea should be careful in that respect. So my prediction for this game is Chelsea 2, Brentford 0. I think Chelsea wins this game and, closes the gap at the top before Liverpool plays on Sunday. So for me, this is going to be a Chelsea win. Moving on right now to the team that is currently 3rd position and not 2nd position. The team that I fear the most in the Premier League. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say it. This is the team that scares me, that terrifies me the most in the Premier League. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Yes, Arsenal, after losing to Liverpool, their title rivals, have to make a big statement this weekend. It is a very, very important game for many reasons. And I think Arsenal will do it. I think Arsenal will handle Brentford. And I'll give you 5 reasons. Sorry, Nottingham Forest. I'll give you 5 reasons why I think this game will be very tough for Arsenal. First of all, new manager bounce. Their old rival, and Postecoglou, and Postino, and Impostanoglu. He's back to the Premier League. Former coach of their rivals, Tottenham, is back. He might be looking to spoil things. That might be a very tough one. That new manager bounce. You understand? That is the second reason. That new manager bounce, the first reason. It's going to be a tough thing to counteract. Although Arsenal will still be at home, but that new manager bounce, it just inspires something new in players. Although the players actually love Nuno Espirito Santo, so it might have the other effect that we know, that we didn't expect. That is, players might be sad. Secondly, what style of play will this boy play? Postecoglou. What style of play will he use? Will he go back to that high line that is, just detrimental to the club itself? Will he go back to playing that style of football again? Because if he tries that, Arsenal will tear them. Arsenal will pieces them. So that's why it might go this way or that way. Or will he be more pragmatic? I believe he will have a more pragmatic approach since this is his first game at the club. He'll just try and play, maybe sit back, and, get a win or get a draw. I think that's what he will implore. But if he tries that high line, Arsenal will pieces him. Now, the headache for Arteta will be, what will this guy play? Will he play this or will he play that? The headache for me now is that, why have you not bought the Arsenal jerseys from the Adidas Steak store? Go to the Adidas Steak store where you can now buy the Arsenal home away or third kit, or message us on WhatsApp, please phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. Go and shop now. So that's the second reason. The third reason now is this. Early kickoff. The Premier League, see, early kickoff is the worst time to play football. I hate early kickoff. 12:30, 1:30, I hate it on Saturday. Because it can have two effects. First of all, if you win your game, you get to sit down and hate watch all your rivals. Your rivals, if you try lose your game and go destroy you this weekend, that kind of thing. But if you dare lose your game, you'll not hear the end of it. Your weekend has been ruined from the start. Your weekend don't spoil before weekend starts. So that's why I hate that early kickoff. And I don't know where things always happen in that early kickoff. It's never straightforward. Your players have not had the same amount of hours to rest as your other rivals and stuff like that. So early kickoff is the worst time to play football. For me, it's the worst time. And if you know the Premier League well, and you know about early kickoff, you know what I'm talking about. Even all of you that used to invest, invest in sports finances and sports science, you know to avoid early kickoff. You people know what I mean. And then again, I think this is my fourth reason. Injuries. Arsenal have injuries. Arsenal Football Club has some injuries currently, and I have to even admit them. I know we always banter Arsenal for having excuses, but I mean, they have some genuine worries. Saliba is out. Havertz is out. Who else is out? Saka is out too. I mean, Mosquera has shown that he can step up for Saliba. That's just the truth of the matter. Havertz now, if this was a game against a bigger team, I'll be more worried because I think Havertz as a striker is better against bigger teams. He knows how to disturb center backs more than Gyökeres. And I think Gyökeres might even have a good game against Brentford. But I think if it was against two center backs, let's say a Van Dijk and a Konate, I think Havertz is more suited for that kind of game. And Saka, I'll be very honest, Madueke surprised me in this international break. He showed some very, very good signs in the international break that he's ready to step up. And I believe him to start as the right winger. And, he did well against Liverpool. He did decently well. And against Brentford, he can, fill in the gap. But, I mean, he's still Saka. This is arguably your best player over the last 4 years or so. So you always miss that kind of player. The level he brings to the game is never, not different. And one thing that people always forget is that we always banter Arsenal that, they are set piece, whatever, corner FC. Yes. But then, those corner kicks, Bukayo Saka was very pivotal to playing corners. That's from the left-hand side. And I think if he was there versus Liverpool, it might have been a different case. You understand? His delivery on corner piece, on set pieces are being missed as well. You understand? That's my fourth reason. And the last reason is that it is a Premier League game. The fifth reason is that it's a Premier League game. It is a Premier League game. That is a big enough reason for me. Premier League games are never straightforward. You can never know. Anything can happen. You understand? Arsenal, although beat Ange Postecoglou every time they met in the Premier League, I think, under Tottenham, I think Arteta beat him every time. And Arsenal players did very, very well on international break. From Declan Rice, who I think scored and assisted on international break. Madueke did well as well with England. I've forgotten the other players. Odegaard had a good time with Norway. So there are many players that did very well. For Arsenal, I think this is going to be a straightforward win for them. I think they will still win this game despite all the circumstances. But then, I always want to see more creativity from Arsenal. Even Eze did well with England. It is very exciting because we get to watch Eze from the start this game. we get to see the full Eze, rested Eze, well incorporated Eze. He understands Arteta more and stuff like that, We get to see Eze from the very start. And I think Eze should start. In fact, I think lineup should be Eze on the left wing, Gyökeres, and then Madueke. Then you have Odegaard in midfield, then you have Rice, then you have, I don't think because Merino scored, you should start him, but you should, I think starts will be Mendy too. And then your back line. I don't think Arsenal's back line has ever been a problem or a thing of contention. And you have your goalkeeper. If you want to start Merino, right, I think might start him as a centre forward or a false nine, something like that. Because that's how Spain, right, why Merino works so much better in Spain is that he plays around players that their technical level is so much more higher. If you even want to be Mendy for Spain, the way he played, his technical level was raised. And it's just something of, when you have people that are better, around you, you automatically perform better. It's not rocket science. So even to be Mendy, if you watched him for Spain, especially in that game versus Turkey, oh my Jesus, what a game they played. Merino scored a hat-trick last game. Will Arteta have the mind to bench him? That's the question. Because if he benches him and, the game does not go well in this goal-scoring aspect, people say, why did you start Merino and stuff like that? But I actually understand him not starting Merino, if you ask me. Because do you want him to bet Odegaard now? If he benches Odegaard, that means he's starting Rice, Zubimendi, who are primarily defensive players, and then Merino. So I don't think Merino has a starting place in this game. But let's see the tactics that Mikel Arteta employs, and I think Merino might just come off early off the bench. So I want to see more from Arsenal in that creative aspect. That is my main focus for Arsenal because I do think they have the best defense in the league. I always say that. And they have the most stable team. They have been together for the longest amount of time. And if you ask me for my favorite team, I will not fault you for saying Arsenal because as a unit, they have been closer together for a longer time. And, they have more, experience in this aspect, you understand? So, I do believe Arsenal is going to win this game. What's my scoreline? 3-0. Yes, my prediction is 3-0. I think Gyökeres will score and you have a good game. There might even be more. But the only reason why it's even 3-0 is just because I think there's just that little, disagreement in my head on what will Ange Postecoglou do. Will he go pragmatic or will he go with his highline? Or how will they look under him? That bit of uncertainty is just what has me putting in 3-0. If I was very sure I might have given them 5-0 because it's at the Emirates and Arsenal is a very dangerous team. Next, to the game of the weekend. The one I've been most interested to speak about. The one that we have all been waiting for. Let's first. Go away. Liverpool versus Burnley. Anything less than 5-0 Liverpool is a loss. Don't come back and meet me. Burnley, please. You people already know I don't like it hairy. Shave and come to Anfield. It is general knowledge to all the clubs in the world that I don't like it hairy. You need to shave and come there. The whole world will be watching Liverpool, praying on the downfall of one player, Alexander Isak. Yes, who will probably come off the bench. Now, Burnley, Daddy Isak is also at home. Daddy Ekitike is there. Daddy Salah, I have many daddies for you. Can you take it? Can you handle it? Will you not forfeit like this? Liverpool does not give Burnley 5, We have failed. We are going to watch Alexander Isak in this beautiful Liverpool jersey that you cannot buy from the Adicast store by going to our official website. With the website, adicast.store. Messages on WhatsApp with this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide, of course. I'm telling people, we are going to destroy Burnley. Burnley will not know what hit them. At Anfield, under the lights, with a new signing. Excited. Anfield crowd, starved of football. You are not ready for it. But, and a slot, I have not been happy with our performances at all this season. And I know that there are a myriad of reasons. First of all, Gravenberch did not start our other games. And even when he started against Arsenal and Newcastle, I saw the improvement. But then, I want better in-game control. I want to dominate teams, not just the scoreline. I've not looked as good as I want to look. That defense has not given me security. And it pains me because players like Alisson and Van Dijk, especially Van Dijk, who has for me been the best centre-back in the world this season. But when I say that and they look at they concede goals. It's not about that. Watch the game. This guy has been he has not been human this season. He has been immortal. But our defense keeps messing him up. Other players like Kekes and all these guys, Konate have grown into it. Kekes got better in the Arsenal game. Konate as well had a very good Arsenal game, but he got injured. So I don't know what's up with the Konate situation. I don't know what's happening with him right now. Frimpong, I think he's back in training, and I think he'll be back probably. I don't know if he can feature in this our game versus Burnley. I genuinely don't know about that. But then, honestly, I'll be very, very disappointed if I think Konate is not even injured though. I think Konate is back. I'll be very disappointed if we don't handle Burnley. I mean, this is bloody Burnley, man. Even Manchester United handled Burnley well. I know that the game ended 3-2, but Man United, for the most part of the game, they dominated Burnley. If we cannot beat Burnley comfortably, then we are not ready for this title, honestly. I want a comfortable performance. I want a composed performance. You understand? That midfield should be Gravenberch. I don't know if Szoboszlai will have to start at right back again, but Conor Bradley started for Ireland. So Conor Bradley should start. Put Szoboszlai in the midfield. Let's have that good base. And you can Florian Wirtz in front as well. Florian Wirtz in the international break for Germany was their best player. Scored a free kick, and if you watch the game, he was the best player for them there. You understand? So please, I'm begging you. And a slot, give me a good game. I want to enjoy it. Not just I don't want adrenaline, all this one that my head will want to blow, that my heart will be starting because I'm fighting with 10 men Newcastle. No, I know that there was a lot of jeopardy in that game, but please let's have a good 5-0 win. Salah, get your goal. Ekitike, get your goal. Vets, get your goal. Alexander Isak off the bench, come and give them the finishing touch. So please, I expect us to get a win. Definitely, but it's the performance for me. I want the performance to reflect the scoreline. I want the performance to even be better than the scoreline. I want us to create more XG. I want us to have all those factors in our favor. So please, Liverpool FC, give me a very good game this weekend. And I expect it from you and the slot. I trust you. I know that you do this. So, Burnley, please, deforestation. Go and start deforestation. Start clearing the bush, clear the grass from my workspace. I don't like all those nonsense where I want to work. So thank you very much. My prediction is 5-0 Liverpool Football Club. Come back to this video if I'm wrong. Make sure you are commenting your predictions. Comment your predictions as we're going. You don't want to miss. Next game, we are boarding a flight now. And we are going to Spain. You understand? We are going to Espanyol. We are going to España. But we'll be stopping with the Catalans. We'll not be reaching the Madrid guys first. Let's start. Barcelona versus Valencia. See, in the last 2 games Barca has played versus Valencia, they have scored 12 goals. 2 games, 12 goals, and considered only 1. In one of the games, they scored 7 goals, and I think that was the game in La Liga. See, this would be a very easy win for Barcelona. Forget that nonsense that happened in the last game. Barcelona will destroy them. Barcelona will open Valencia. But there are a few things I worry about. The main topic for discussion with this game will be Barcelona's defense. This should be a very easy and straightforward win for Barcelona, especially because they're not playing at that rubbish stadium again. But some major talking points remain this. First of all, Barcelona's defense, their highline, that is the most talked about thing in football currently. This Barcelona, if they catch and this and that. And last game, honestly, Rayo Vallecano cut the highline. Let's not lie. Another very important topic is this one that after the game, Hansi came out and said the players, he was inferring or like suggesting that the players are being selfish, that they are not seeing, he's not seeing that same teamwork, that same cooperation. And Pedri also in his post-match interview said that last season we were working for each other, we were with each other more. I don't want to read too much into that, but I just want to say Barcelona, one of the main reasons you succeeded last season and had that amazing and for me historic treble was the teamwork, was the togetherness, was the fact that I want better for my teammate before myself. I put my teammates in before myself. Oh, my teammate made a mistake. I'm not looking at, that guy made a mistake. No, I'm going to work hard to help him cover up for that mistake because we are a team. We are together. So any rumors, any type of selfishness or one player starting to feel bigger or better, dead it now. You are a strong team and you are better together. And I don't exactly understand it because when I watch these guys for the Spanish national team, the main criminals that perpetrated that destruction, that roasting, that burning of Turkey were Barcelona players. Pedri, main man, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres also. So the synergy and the way they're synchronized. Maybe when you throw Rafinha, Lewandowski and Rashford or all these other guys into the fold, is not as pure as then. But it should die. I cannot see the rubbish you played against Mallorca again. In this Barcelona new jersey that you cannot get from Adidas Stakes WhatsApp store. Go to our WhatsApp, mention us on WhatsApp, this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. You can get the Barcelona home of third kit. Any jersey release at all, just go and shop on WhatsApp now. Delivery, as I said, is worldwide. I cannot see it again. Look at the stats from the game against Mallorca. It is unacceptable, Barcelona. No, Barcelona, I cannot accept that. You cannot try that nonsense you did against Mallorca again. Let's take a look at the online stats. First of all, Barcelona, Rayo Vallecano created more chances than Barcelona. They had more expected goals than Barcelona. They had more shots on target than Barcelona. They had more big chances, 5 than Barcelona. They missed more big chances than Barcelona, 4. They had more corners than Barca. So the chances were in their favor. If not that Joan Garcia turned to Superman, that brother could save the Titanic. This guy can come and save Nigeria. He can save anything. That was the kind of game he was having, the game of his life. That was the main thing that saved Barcelona. So we cannot see anything like that Mallorca performance. The highline was a massive issue. It was the main problem. Yes, you are getting defensively penetrated. But for me, personally, that was not my main issue. It was the gameplay. I did not see the Barcelona recycling of possession, keeping the constant pressure on the opponent, being the one pressing them in their own half. These guys at all points were playing Barca like half-far field football. I watched this game. I need to see better. Casado, you have to step up because De Jong is injured. You have to step up in that midfield. I think Gavi should be brought into the fold as well because this against Valencia, he'll be very, very good. His, dynamism will be good paired up with Pedri's calm and composure and orchestration. Pedri was the only player that I think, and maybe Yamal to an extent, that can hold up their head that they had a good game. Although Yamal, I don't talk and say they shoot too much. And you, Seth, work on your finishing. You should have had a first half hat-trick in that game against Turkey. Work on your finishing, my bro. You are still young, so I'm not reading too much into it, but you are at a already high level at every other thing. And honestly, I feel like maybe chance creation would have even be harder than finishing for you, but I don't know. This guy is just an anomaly. So, the chance converting, I think, would be better because Lewandowski is back, and I think Lamine Yamal creates better when Lewandowski is the striker. Even Pedri also is there to create chances. But then there's some bad news from Barcelona. Balde obviously got injured in the game against Rayo Vallecano, and Balde for me is like one of the most important attacking pieces for Barca. Yes, I know he's a defender, but it's very important for me. He dominates that left wing and left hand side so well. So important for Barca. And then De Jong, who I think Barca fans are just slowly falling in love with him again. But he has become such an important part of this Hansi Flick's midfield that I think he'll be missed. And Casado really has to step up to match up anything he can do. But on the good news side, Lewandowski is back. Koundé is back also. I think Koundé is fully fit now. So I don't know what defense he will go with because for me, that defense of Eric Garcia and Christensen didn't work out. But I don't know if Araujo can even be the man to save them. That is just the issue. That's the conundrum. But I think if Barca dominates the midfield properly, the defense might not be a massive issue. One of the issues with the defense is that there were many new names from who even came up for Balde again that last game. From Martin to Christensen to Eric Garcia to Koundé. I don't think these guys have played in a backline before. So the synergy of the defensive highline stepping up, reading the line properly, and of course they are missing the leadership of Inigo Martinez was not there. And I think Kubasi is back. So another positive for Barcelona too. So Olmo too, you have to step up. Last game, Barca fans will not be with you, and you're on fraud watch for many of them because your Barca career, you have been injured for like 70% of it, and you are made of Legos. And last game, you had the chance that could have literally won the game for them, and you have not been really giving in the last few games. You need to step up, Olmo. Rafinha also, everybody needs to step up. I still think Yamal is good to go, honestly. The only thing I would say is maybe he should pass more. So although the high line was, penetrated vigorously, continuously, consistently by Rayo Vallecano, I do still think Barcelona general play was lacking, and I think that's what they need to really upgrade on. So my prediction for this game is going to be 5-0 Barcelona. I think Barcelona gets a win here, and I think they bring it home. So let's see how that goes. I expect Barcelona to destroy Valencia, honestly. I don't think it will be a contest, but I just want to see better play from Barcelona. Now, we are taking a journey, a quick flight. We are switching over. Many might see what I'm doing right now as a football atrocity, a football calamity. But then, Real Madrid. We have gone to Catalonia, and now we are going to Madrid to watch Real Madrid. Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. Who is the real Real? That's the question. Madrid won their last game versus Mallorca, but it was not convincing at all. Only 2 big chances created in their last game against Mallorca at home. With all the creating engines you have at your disposal, Xabi Alonso, no, that's not good enough. Xabi Alonso, step into my office. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do to get the best out of your team. I'm going to give you the tips to win your next game. So listen attentively while I talk to you. You understand? Learn, because I'm a coachy lala. Most Madrid players had a good international break. I hope you're listening. But then, there was one player in particular that caught my eye. Tchouaméni. I think he can be your most important player. I believe that having a world-class DM changes the entire trajectory of your team. Tchouaméni, although he got a red card in his last game for France, if you watch the games for France, especially the first one that he played fully, people were saying, are we watching Pogba? Are we watching Kante? Are we watching a DM? He was a combination of those guys, and he was that good. And I believe that if you can have a DM, it is so important for recycling possession and keeping pressure on your opponents. When you are trying something creative, when your creative player tries a pass, a line-breaking pass, a through pass that doesn't go through, your DM is the one there to clean up and say, Oga, go and try again. It's very, very, very important to have such a DM. And it is very, very important for you to go to the Adidas Steak store and buy the Real Madrid Home your third kit now. Adidas.store. Message us on WhatsApp, this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. Go and shop for any jersey now. Real Madrid Retros, any jersey. Just go to our website or message us on WhatsApp. Now, very, very important. The DM, a good DM for Real Madrid, which Real Madrid was lacking last season because Tchouaméni was playing centre back most of the time. But I think now your defensive line is okay. And I'll tell you another tip for your defense that you must listen to. So stay on this video, Xabi Alonso. If you leave, calm down. So, as I said, your DM is very important. Let me tell you how you create more chances and you get the best out of that your right back, that was once at Liverpool. First of all, tips to get things better out of Trent. Do not fall in love with him for your own self. He will harm you. He will break your heart. He will leave you. First off, that's out of the way. Next, Valverde, you will do right back shift small. Militao, you will go out and defend small. Tchouaméni, small. But I'm telling you, the reward you get if this brother performs well, when he's at his highest level, you can call him the best in the world at chance creation. He's among the best in the world. That's how high he is. One of the problems Real Madrid has now is that one of his strongest strengths, one of Real Madrid's weakest weaknesses, headers. Mbappe is not a good header of the ball. Vinicius is not a good header of the ball. Rodrigo is good. Enrique is good, but they don't have the physique. They don't have that tall structure of a normal, traditional striker. So that's where the problem comes in as well. But then, I look at this and I say to you, you can still do a lot. Trent Alexander-Arnold can still give you a lot. Next, you have many creative weapons from Adagule to Mastantuono to Trent. These guys can create chances for days. You have to utilize them properly. Mastantuono and Trent, your synergy on that right wing has to be up to it against Real Sociedad. I think this game versus Real Sociedad, Xabi Alonso will be lost or won in the midfield. And I do think you win. I think you have won the Real Sociedad almost every time that you have played them recently. But I want to see an improved performance. I want you to give Adagule more license to do more. Adagule scored in the last game, but he has not, been up to that level that I expected this season. I wanted more from Adagule. And I know he can give you more. I know. See, Spain absolutely destroyed Turkey, but when there were those sparks, those glimmers of hope for Turkey, was when Adagule was on the ball trying to find Kenan Yildiz or their striker. This guy at number 10, this guy interprets that number 10 role well. Is that your traditional center forward that brings up your team play and, takes it to the next level? So you have every reason to beat them. I want to see, first 2 games I didn't really judge because I was saying, you're still getting your team, you're getting to your team. But my brother, you have some dangerous players at your disposal. Carreras at left back too has even shown that he can whip a crossing. Dean Howson, this brother, is he a DM? Is he a centre back? The way he's so good on the football. Another tip. Rudiger should not smell that pitch. Rudiger should not even be in the vicinity if you allow me. In fact, they should have left him in Germany for an international break. This guy is a mistake machine now. Ticking time bomb. He has fallen below the level of Real Madrid. In fact, the best of Rudiger was in a back 3. I always used to say it. When you saw the best of Rudiger, he was playing him in the back 3. I'm telling you right now, Real Madrid fans who have watched Real Madrid season know that anytime their defense looks unsure or shaky, it is Rudiger's mistake or he has an influence inside it. Rudiger must not smell your pitch. He cost 3 goals in 2 games for Germany. So Rudiger must not smell the pitch. That's just the truth of the matter. So listen before I tell you to get out of my office. So now the offensive pieces. Mbappe, Vinicius, Mastantuono, I think that should be the front 3 and then Goulet behind them. Mbappe, you're my boy. I don't want that stinginess I saw last game. There was a pass you could have given Rodrigo you didn't give. Don't do it again. Yeah? Good boy. I trust you and I know he's paying you. You scored a very beautiful goal, but it was offside, so sorry. Vinicius also, I think he should start. I think Vinicius' head is, he's calm now. Or if you want to still keep him on his toes, you can start Rodrigo. Mastantuono, I think he has to start. This guy, I think he started the 2 games for Argentina, right? He started the 2 games for Argentina and he performed decently well. One thing I always say I love about Mastantuono is that he wants the ball. He's begging for the ball. Give me the ball. I want to do more for the team. I want to create for the team. I want to score for the team. I want to be the main man for the team. And I think he assisted in his international break for Argentina. He was very important for one of the goals Argentina scored. So if his players doing well in the international break, Real Madrid had many players in that respect. So they have every right to beating Real Sociedad. But I think that midfield battle, Tchouameni, I need to see you. Valverde, Tchouameni and Valverde, that they are pivot with Valverde's energetic nature and Tchouameni being the DM and stuff like that. I think they'll handle the midfield. But Spanish midfield, Real Sociedad is also a very technical team. So it's not as if that Real Sociedad cannot do anything against Real Madrid. And they are at home, of course, but I'm sorry, Real Madrid, you are currently first on La Liga table, and Real Sociedad is 17th. This is a short 3 points. So I think Real Madrid will win 3-0 versus Real Sociedad. That is my prediction. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your prediction in the comment section currently. And I think Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso, I want to enjoy this game. I want the performance to be having it. Get the players, get the fans, get everybody off their pitch and give us something very good to celebrate the weekend with. So thank you very much for watching this weekend preview. It has been an absolute privilege. I hope you guys have been getting your comments in the comment section. That is your predictions in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. How do you think this game will go? If you have been watching this video up to this point, you have not liked, you have not subscribed, you are not enjoying the content, you are lying. You watch from start to finish, you did not comment at all, you not like. If you are not on 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 like this video, you not try. We are still ravaging and pushing to 50,000 subscribers. So, guys, your support is really needed. Please subscribe now and do all those stuff. Weekend predictions is a new tradition. Every single weekend, we'll have predictions. And at the end of the weekend, we'll have one video to analyzing how the whole weekend went. And apart from the individual videos, obviously. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this. And if you enjoyed it, just comment enjoy now. Let me know. I know the video will be longer, but we covered so many teams. And we have so many content and so many concepts coming your way. So I really appreciate you guys' support so far on the channel. And let me know. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you shop at the Gas Steak store. At Gas Steaks is out. Peace out. Have a lovely weekend. Football is back. Of course, you will have a lovely weekend. Except, of course, your team loses. And obviously, your team will lose if you don't subscribe or shop at the Gas Steak store.